A lot of people ask me, how do you play Silver? How do you get wins on her? What are the choices you make to get to a victory? Well, in this game, I got the MVP. This game was only about 22 minutes. I got an early lead, and I translated that into the late game, and it was able to close out the game very quickly. So I'm going to go through my thought process, go through my itemization, and explain to you guys how you can replicate my gameplay and get wins, climb, MVP screens, kills, and of course, money on Silver. Deadlock games always start with a pause, man. But start of the lane, I'm hopping in the Veil. I know that I'm going against a Paradox and a Haze.
I like it.
So both of these characters need LOS from me to get damage on me. They deal a lot of gun damage. Haze especially wants to build their station stacks. So playing in the Veil makes it so they can't see me and they're not able to do damage to me. While I'm able to shoot the shooting wave. And then when I'm ready, I can use my ability to defend. So I play in Veil, I clear wave, I see an opportunity, I kick, and I get out. I had a Page shield, so that trade was very advantageous for me. Laning with Page, you want to be aggressive, so you can make use of the shields. Now that I don't have abilities, I'm just chilling. I'm shooting the wave. I'm trying to just LOS them, not take long trades because Haze and Paradox are going to win those long trades. But I have my kick back, so I'm looking for a kick now. Clearing out the wave, and when I see opportunity, I'm going to go for a kick. Especially now that Paradox used her ability and I have mine, this is my opportunity to go in. Instead, I choose to buy. That's honestly also a good choice. Resto Shot. I always like to start with Resto Shot, guys. If you can learn how to use Resto Shot, it's a very valuable item on Silver. Because on Silver, you want to be constantly fighting, so you're always going to be proccing Resto Shot. I just use it on the minions there because I can't see an enemy and I want to get on cooldown. Now I'm clearing out the wave. And now I'm ready to fight. So I'm looking over at the Paradox, trying to get to her. But she makes it out in time. So now I'm just playing for the camp. Camp spawn at 2 minutes. We are stronger laners than them, and they're low HP, so we're going to be fighting over their camp. Now the camp spawns. I'm waiting for them to walk in so I can fight them. And unfortunately, I just missed I missed my boot kick. If I hit my boot kick, then that's probably a kill right there. But really, it's about making the right choices and then just playing the game a lot to get your mechanics up. So again, clearing the wave.
Don't have time for non-lethal.
And I was thinking about going back to buy there, but I didn't have enough money. So it's before 3 minutes. Boxes haven't spawned yet, so all you can really do at this point in the game is just poke out your opponents if you have wave pushed up. So I'm just trying to keep them low, poke them out, and proc my rest of the shot. Good luck.
I see Haze.
And I'm trying to kill the wave. And my Page made a really good play parrying the Haze there. But again, even if the Haze got that heavy melee off of me, she probably still would have been dead because I would have kicked her back into my teammate. So now we're up, and that's that early lead I talked about. We got a kill at 250. So if you look at our money, we're at 2.3. They're at 1.6. Means we're going to get our ultimates first, we're going to get our items first, and we're going to be stronger than them, so we want to be pushing that advantage here. Since our wave's already under the tower, I can go and grab some boxes. And I'm not clearing the wave here because my Page isn't with me, so they could 2v1 me. Even though I'm ahead, you don't want to be taking 2v1s really. Instead, I'm just going to back up and clear the wave at our tower with our Page.
Got some money to
Haze
burn.
is missing.
Now the camps respawn, so we can go and fight the camp. If you kill the camp right at 2 minutes, the camp will respawn at about 328 or 330. Now I'm gonna clear the waves.
Yep, that was all me.
And if you look, I have 1900 to spend, so I'm gonna go back and buy Stalker. I saved up for a 1600 item because I was at about 1100 souls, so I thought it would be worth it to save rather than just buying the 800. The item like Stalker for Silver is very strong because it does flat spirit damage, so the earlier you buy Stalker, the more damage it's going to do relative to your enemy's health. So if you have a lead and you're up a lot, it's pretty good to rush Stalker as your second item. Usually I buy it third though. And guys, I'll include my build ID in the video right here, so you can just copy that build ID. I'll also go over the build shortly at the end of the video.
See Dynamo.
So now, since we've pushed the wave into the tower, I'm looking for a gank opportunity. I see Dynamo's low, and I see Abrams in the middle of the bridge. So I look to get kills mid.
I see Abrams.
Paradox is
I'm
missing.
not showing on the wave until my team's up and
Haze
ready
is
to fight.
missing. Sure?
Bola kicked the Dynamo, or the Abrams so we can't pitch. He got really low. And now I can power dive since they're very low, and I have to parry the tower.
I'll be right back.
And right here I get parried. A little bit unfortunate. Definitely shouldn't have gone for the light melee there, but We see that the thought process is there. It's just the mechanics are a little bit lacking. You can always improve them. So now that I've gotten that kill, I'm trying to go straight back to my lane of Page to help on my Page. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get the buff, but honestly, trading the buff for a kill is perfectly fine on my book. Now I gotta watch out as I'm rotating because they could jump me, stop low HP. But I'm able to get over safely. Now again, if you look at our money, I have 3.6, Page is 3.9. They are lower than us, so we have our ultimates here. I'm about to get mine, and Page already has hers. They don't have theirs, so we want to look to fight here. But their Paradox and Haze are actually playing far back, so they're playing smart. Can't really fight them here. So instead, I'm just going to take my camps.
Haze is missing.
Make sure I stay at the farm. If they have to deal with our wave, I'm able to take our camps, which means keeping our lead because I'm farming camps while they're shooting wave. That's why it's really important to get wave priority, guys. What that means is that you kill their wave before they kill yours, so you have more time to do other stuff. Now I really want to look for a fight here since we're up. I just bought Battle Vest because it's really good against Haze. There's a lot of gun damage. And right there, hit a nice parry. My Page did a good ult on Haze to block it. And we get a kill on Haze. Unfortunately, not able to get a kill on Paradox. She gets out. Thought my Page would have been able to kill her, so I went to the guy that was running away further. With some better movement, I potentially could have killed Paradox there too. Again, like we talked about, Battle Vest is pretty good since it gives you bullet resist. That's good against Paradox, good against Haze, Venator, and Drifter. So if you look, a lot of gun, a lot of gun, a lot of gun items from all four of those guys. Now I buy extra health since I have a lead. I'm trying to upgrade extra health into Fortitude. Fortitude gives you passive health regen, which means you don't have base. So you can be very valuable on a character like Silver where you want to be constantly fighting. So if you're up a lot, then you can look to buy Fortitude on Silver. If you're not up, then it's probably better to just buy cheaper green items just to so that you kind of are able to stay even and win your 1v1s. But Fortitude is good if you know you can already win your 1v1s, and it'll just let you take more 1v1s. Now I go Power Dive since Paradox is alone. Land my Bola. And I kick, turn 180, kick her back into teammate. And Paradox wastes ult. Unfortunately, I get hit by the Walker here with some bad movement by me. And now I'm in trouble because Haze is coming behind. But with some good movement and a little bit of luck, I'm able to transform. Especially since I'm so ahead. And we get the kill on Haze here. And now we need to get out. I don't want to push too far because more of his teammates could be coming. So I can get out, take the tower, and go back to the
Raffles up.
On my way.
It's a little greedy to try to clear that wave, but I think I'm still able to get out here. Just some good movement. And the Page shield.
I see Haze.
So now since I'm low, I'm just going to reset. If I was able to afford Fortitude here, if I had 2400, I would stay on, just buy Fortitude and heal up, but I'm not able to. So I just reset here. And my ult's on cooldown, so when your ult's on cooldown on Silver, guys, you can't be looking to fight. You just have to look to farm when your ult is on cooldown. So I'm just going to sit in the side lane and farm while my ult's on cooldown. Actually, I think since it's Paradox alone, I do go for something, but unfortunately just miss all my abilities. So since we saw them on the other side of the map, we knew Paradox was alone, and I had a teammate there. I could go for that fight, especially since we're ahead. But you don't want to be forcing fights when you don't have your ultimate. Now I have my ultimate, so I'm looking to take the Sinners. I'll buy Fortitude at 2400, and then I'll look to be constantly fighting.
I'll be ready if they
So I think I don't buy because of the Dynamo right there, and my team's already fighting actively. Unfortunately, I get parried, but still get the kill on Dynamo there.
I'm gonna hunt you off there.
And I decided not to finish the Sinners. I don't have my ult, so I can get out. Or sorry, since I'm low, now I don't have my ult. And the Drifter chases me, but I have teammates, so we're able to kill him.
I see it.
And able to get away. So now at this point, guys, we are ahead 13k souls. We have our lead, so all we have to do here is just not troll. Like, I'm 5-0, 3-0, 2-0. My team's doing really well. We're up to 13 kills. So as long as we play the game well here, and we're able to translate this lead right into a winning ending. I'm just pushing this wave, and then I'm going to look to run this urn. Or, sorry, my Calico decided to grab it. If my Calico didn't grab it, I would have ran it myself. But since she grabbed it, I'm just going to stay in the side lane and collect the farm on the side lane. Once I get my ultimate back, I'll look for kills. So I bought Slowing Bullets here. Slowing Bullets are a really good item on silver. It gives you flat weapon damage, and it slows down your enemies, so you're able to chase them down better. It also upgrades into weighted shots, which gives you more weapon damage and debuff reduction, which is very strong against like damage over time effects and crowd control abilities.
I see Abrams.
So now I'm kind of just hiding to see if Drifter pushes. He doesn't
Going to
push, so
shot.
I decided to use the wave aggressively. And I'm going to look to push another wave up aggressively since I have my ult. And this is what we talked about, guys. When you have your ultimate and you're ahead, especially when you have your ultimate and you're ahead, you're going to be playing really aggressive. So I know I can win any 1v1 at this point in the game since I'm so rich and I have ult. I'm going to push up the wave aggressively into his tower. And then I'm just going to look to take farm on the other side of the map. So I decided to take my tier 2 camp. And you know, this part of the game, usually on silver you do want to be fighting a lot. But if you look at my team comp, I really have only one other M1 carry, which means it's okay for me to side lane because silver can side lane, she can get rich, and she can take M1. So she's not a terrible side laner, just that she's not able to take aggressive, or not able to take objectives as well, and she doesn't scale as well. But since I only have one other M1 carry and Wraith, the rest of my teammates want to fight, so I'm just going to take the side lane. Now, since my team is participating in a massive fight here, I'm going to push the walker here, try to get it. And I think I realized that they back up, so I just run away. I realized that the fight ended. So one thing that's important when you're side laning guys on any character, not just silver, if your team is participating in a team fight, like say there's 3 or more people fighting, then you want to be pushing your side lane and applying pressure. Now right here, one of them died, so you might say, oh, we should fight this rift. But if you know how the rift works, if they have more money than you, or sorry, if you have more money than them, then they get resistances. They get spirit resist, bullet resist, and debuff resist, which means that even though we're up 11k, if we fight in the circles, we're very likely to lose. So I tell my team, guys, push blue and push yellow, and we'll just give up the rift. So we give up the rift, me and the Calico, and we're just trying to shoot the minions, but we're not really trying to fight here because the rest of our team is pushing the other walkers. So I just get out, and we even give the Guardian. You know, guys, it's never worth it to die for your Guardian. If you know you can't defend a Guardian or even a Walker, if you know you can't defend it, it's just not worth it to die over it. So, as you can see, we lost the Rift and we lost our Guardian, but we were able to get Blue Walker in return. So that was definitely a good trade for us. And now after I clear this wave, I'm going to look to buy here. I already have my 4.8k gun spike. Which basically when you have 4.8 thousand souls invested in a single category, you get a big boost. You see it goes from plus 18% weapon damage to plus 46. So now I'm going to look to buy my green spike here. It's going to go from plus... sorry, I already have my green spike. Sorry, I'm looking for gun spike. I already have my green spike. Actually, no, sorry. I got my gun spike from weighted shots. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just looking to invade jungle then, since I have no gun spikes. And I'll be saving up for a 3200 item to buy next. Now, once you get both your spikes on silver, you get your gun spike and your green spike on silver. At that point in the game, you can really just look to buy anything. You know, she's very flexible. Silver likes to use a lot of the 3200 items in the game. So at this point, I could really be looking to buy anything.
On my way.
Again, I'm side laning, cleaning the wave. I'll push up the next wave, and then I'll look to take camp on their side of the map. Like I took their Sinners earlier there, it was on their side. So I took their Sinners and I backed up the clip. So I hear the vendor taking Sinners, so I try to fight him, but I was a little bit too late. So I just back off and I'm buying Hunter's Aura. Hunter's Aura is another very strong item on silver. If you look at my team, no one on my team is buying Hunter's Aura, so it's really important that you have at least one person on your team buy it because it gives minus 10% bullet resist and fire rate to all enemy heroes in your lane.
I see Dynamo.
And silver is one of the best buyers of Hunter's Aura. So now my team is looking to play for buffs here. The buffs are about to spawn at 15 minutes. We should be able to get at least the buff on this side. So we get our drift roll, we steal their sinners, and my ship grabs the buff, so it's very good for us. And we can take this fight if they push us because we're stronger than them. So we kill Drifter,
A new arrow coming.
and we have everyone over here basically. Now we're looking to chase further, but they get out. So we just back up. You know, it's important, guys, you don't want to chase too far. If you see a kill that you're confident you can get without dying, then go for it. But if you're not fighting over an objective, there's no reason to chase the enemies and really hunt for kills. Now here my Calico comms that she can run urns, and she can run it in cat form, which is very fast. So I'm just taking up the side lane again and doing the same protocol as before. Clear the wave, and then move to camp. Oh, and my friend is texting me, Mr. One Shirt.
Is that a code for sex?
Let the ley lines course.
Yeah, I am a little bit of a silver one trick, guys. So as you can see, like I talked about, my team was fighting over urn, so I'm able to get the walker free. I noticed my team fighting on the mini map, so I grabbed the walker. And getting solo walkers is really strong. As you can see, that gave me about like I think 1.5k souls. So that just puts me even more ahead of the enemy team. And again, like I said, push out the wave, steal their camps. The camps on their side of the map. But I'm able to take it because I have my ultimate, I'm up in souls, and the wave.
Guardian has been destroyed.
Now I'm gonna look to take our sinners, probably push another wave, and then buy. At this point in the game, my team is fighting mid, you know, but I'm not too obsessed with joining this fight. I understand that I'm gonna get more value by matching the wave and then joining the fight later. So again, like, it's important to join fights, guys, but you don't want to force join the fight and neglect your wave to join the fight. Unless it's like a fight over mid boss or something where you have to be there, you know, or if it's like a super late game fight where one death basically means like a base invade, then you don't want to be forcing yourself during the fight. You want to be worried about the wave. So again, I bought Bullet Resilience because, like I talked about, they have 4 characters that like to use their gun a lot. Their Dynamo's basically building support, and it's basically just the Abrams that's going to be doing spirit damage on their team. So now, since I have the wave pushed up aggressively, I'll look to fight. As you can see, I dragged Dynamo over, which means we're going to have numbers at this fight, because Dynamo's going to get there late. So I'm able to go into my team. Miss a couple shots, but we still get the job done. And now we're calling mid-boss. Since they're down 3, we're able to grab mid-boss. So after about 20 minutes, usually, it's very important to not die because of mid-boss. But since we're so ahead and we have all the waves pushing, and we got 3 kills basically at the same time, we're able to take mid-boss earlier. But again, usually most games, it's like 20 minutes. It's really important you don't just die randomly, or it could be a mid-boss team. So now I have double bullet resilience, which means these characters aren't going to be doing anything to me, so I can play more aggressive here. And I think right here I grab cooldown next. Yeah, I grab cooldown. Cooldown is pretty strong on silver, guys. Even though they buffed your ult cooldown, you still get cooldown value from basically all of your abilities in human and wolf form.
I'll be right back.
In human form, you just want to be spamming out your abilities to build wolf, and then in wolf form, you want to be spamming out your abilities because the cooldown is so strong on them. So the more you can get, the better. Okay, so here, even though they get comeback resist on the rift, because we have 3 rejuves, we're confident we can win the fight. And I still called the fight before the rift launch because they won't have to resist yet. But my team is fighting mid right now, so I think the enemy teams are just going to give up rift, which means I'm going to go and help join my team in the fight. One important thing about rift, guys, is that you only need 1 person on the rift to capture it, which means that if your team is fighting elsewhere and you think that you can join that fight advantageously, then you can leave one of your teammates on the rift and help your other teammates. So there I didn't join the fight, but I still pushed up the wave, which means that even if the other team wanted to contest, they would not be able to because the wave was at their base. Now I'm just farming up. And we have less than 2 minutes left on rejuve, so we're calming to the team. Everyone's like, we need to push now before rejuves run out. I buy bullet resist shredder, that gives me my 4.8k spirit spike. And bullet resist shredder is strong to have at least 1 in your team, like talking about Hunter's Aura, because it's a debuff. So I'm able to apply that debuff to the enemies.
Drifter's hunting us.
I'm ready.
Catch out the drifter here with coordination. And now we're taking the
I'll
base
be
guardians.
second
And we're
all
coming to team.
night.
We have a minute left on rejuve, guys. We've got to push here. We've got to look to use our rejuve and take some shots.
I hope they put up a bunch.
Oh, yes, plan's almost ready.
So we're really chasing down super aggressively here just because we want to make use of the rejuve. Even though I get swapped, I'm not worried about dying here. We have 40
I
seconds.
see dynamo.
So I'm just basically running in there willy-nilly. And because I'm ahead too, I'm able to be more aggressive. And now they got one shot left. We have 18 seconds left on rejuve, so I counted my team, me and Chip, we basically just run it down into response that we make use of the rejuve and come back on the stream. So I'm basically standing here like letting it because I have 5 seconds left. And I'm able to get off the top. Now I come back to full HP, but since I don't have any wolf form left, I have to leave. And even though our ship dies here, we still are able to drop the patron, which means that we feel like quicker. However, the enemies decide to push, so basically get 2 kills for free, and we're able to end the game. Now it's just a matter of cleanup, you know, landing your abilities, not feeding. Since I don't have ultimate, I want to play
And this
passive.
is what success.
Now that I have
Good job.
ultimate again, I can be a little bit more aggressive and look to transform. But since I'm low HP, I don't want to overdo it. Land all 2 shots on Hayes, just he dies. And kill the drifter. The game's over.
Good times.
So guys, now we're going to go into the build and basically explain my thought process behind every item. I talked about it shortly, but we'll just do a quick segment and explain the items. Alright guys, this is the build. You can basically just search it up in the item shop and you'll find it. I've made some minor tweaks since making my guide. Basically, always I'm going to start with Resto Shot because it gives you good weapon damage and more sustain. Then I usually build in the close quarters. That game I skipped close quarters and went straight to Stalker because I was ahead and I got a kill and I had like 1k in the bank. So I'm like, let me just hold out a little bit longer and then be even more aggressive by rushing Stalker. Melee Lifesteal, I basically buy this whenever. I can buy the second item even if I need the sustain. Extra health, I like to buy extra health if I'm going to build it into Fortitude. Sometimes I skip extra health and I'll just get Enchanters, Fortitude, and Healbane, or like any other combination of 3 tier 2 greens. And then from that I get my green spike. Sometimes even before I get my green spike, I'll buy slowing bullets, which gives me my gun spike. But it's really just dependent on the matchup. You know, if you feel like you're really ahead and you just want to look for kills, then buying your gun spike first will definitely help you. But if you feel like you need the sustain, you know, to stay in the map, then green spike first will also help you. So it's kind of very dependent. You know, the more games you play, the more you understand what you need to buy and when. After slowing bullets, when I have my gun and green spike, I always go Hunter's Aura next. And then after that, it basically opens up, as you guys saw in that game. I'll buy maybe my spirit items. You know, these are the go-to spirit items. Bullet Resist Shred, I'll buy if no one on my team has it. And if none of these items really make sense. Slowing Hex, I'll buy if they have a lot of movement characters. Silence Wave is good against Geist. Remember, all these items are annotated in the build, so if you want to freshen up on the items, just copy the build and read them. And cooldown is just good in general. I'm trying out duration since they buffed her cooldown. Then, you know, it just opens up. Like, I'll buy at least one of these greens, but they're all pretty good. You know, Dispel Magic is good in general because there's a lot of debuffs in this game. Warp Stone gives you movement to chase down and gives you bullet resist. And the Spirit Res, all these different items. Then once I have my resist and once I have my spikes and my weighted shots, all of my spikes, then I'll always buy Berserker. Berserker is strong because you need to take a certain amount of damage to build stacks on it, but that damage is calculated before resistances are in play. So it's important that you get your resistances before you buy Berserker, or else you're just going to get blown up before you can get stacks on it. Then the tier 4s, this is a very flexible order, and it really just depends on what you're going against. I didn't buy any tier 4s that game because we kind of just rolled them. But if you read all of these items, it'll explain to you what they're good at. And if you watch me on Twitch, I buy different items at different times. Or if you watch other pro silver players, they can basically, you can infer why they're buying a tier 4 item. These are all substitutes. So in lane, if I need to buy a different item, I like to buy Spirit Strike if I'm ahead, extra stam against Warden Cage, monster rounds against like Rem or McGinnis, for example. You know, all these items are annotated, so it's all explained in there. And then ability point order, it's the same as always: max 2, max 1, max ult, max bola. It's max ult isn't as strong anymore since you don't get heal on kill. Maybe if you buy heal bane, you can max ult because you're playing for more of that refresh play style. But generally, I don't like to max ult first. I like to max my other abilities so I'm more valuable throughout the game, even when I don't have my wolf form out. And yeah, that's pretty much the build, guys. That's pretty much my thought process. Let me know if you guys want to see a game where I'm coming back from behind, because silver is really meant to be played ahead and then scale that into the late game. So when you're coming from behind, you're not really a strong character. But let me know if you guys want to see, you know, maybe a harder matchup or playing from behind, and I'll upload a VOD explaining my thought process in a game like that. Anyways, guys, my coaching link will be in the description if you want to check that out. I stream on Twitch. I'll put that in the description as well. And let me know if you guys have any questions, any video recommendations, and anything else you guys want to see from me. Peace out.